Hi guys, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. So a high vibrational guide has a message for you. We're going to choose the cards right here on camera to see which guides want to come out to deliver the message. So there will be 3 pile choices. Pile number 1, high vibrational guide, has a message for pile number 1. Alright, so we have all 3. Number 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have Sanat Kumara, and that is with the Wisdom Stone. For pile number 2, we have the Blue Beings, and that is with the Healing Stone. For pile number 3, we have the Lemurians, and that is with Hope. Alright, if you need more time to meditate, pause the video. The descriptions will be, the timestamps will be in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Hi guys, welcome to your reading. So, a high vibrational guide wants to offer you a message. So, you were drawn to Sanat Kumara and the Wisdom Stone. Before we get into your reading, we're going to choose your cards to help deliver the message. So I'm going to move this card over here for a moment because these cards like to fly sometimes. Alright, so let's get some tarot. Oh my goodness, they flew to the floor. Alright, that should work. Number 1, what message do you have for pile number 1, Sanat Kumara? If you do not enjoy the card selection process, you are welcome to skip ahead. Pile number 1, what messages does Sanat Kumara want you to know? Do you have any more? One more from this deck. Let's get an astro code. A star code astro oracle here. I love this deck. Almost done. One more of these. Final card. Okay, final 2 cards. Alright, let's see what your messages are. I'll set these to the side. So you were drawn to Sanat Kumara, and it says open channel, signs, codes, downloads, and sacred information. So Sanat Kumara, just a little bit about who this Ascended Master is. He is head of the spiritual hierarchy that governs spirit guides, and he resides in the Shambhala temple in the Himalayas, along with a bunch of other Ascended Masters. He is, he's from Venus. He is the twin flame 2 Lady Venus. And in other words, they're Venusians. They come from Venus, but they're also here to help in the ascension process of Earth. And what he is letting you know is that you are an open channel at the moment, and that you are going to be receiving downloads, like new awakenings, new epiphanies, a lot of wisdom. You may be feeling highly psychic at the moment, and he wants you to trust the information that you're receiving, because it's going to help you along the path. And you are meant to be a channel of light, a being of light, to offer your light and your wisdom here to others. So I feel like you're meant to be a guide and offer your wisdom. Alright, let's see what else. We got some tarot. So we have the Tower. So yes, there's a lot of things, especially in the collective at the moment, that need to fall away. Some false illusions, old ways of living here on the planet. Like, so there may be some things that need to fall away in your life. Just surrender and allow them to go. Release what's no longer serving you, what's not working, what's not in an alignment with the path going forward. Ooh, and look, we have the Queen of Wands. Yes, it's letting go of the things that aren't serving you so that you can embody your power and stand in your power and your truth and your abilities to create the life that you want for yourself. You know, it's just standing in your strength. Yeah, we have the Sunflower. You know, there's so much light and creativity and strength and confidence. Oh, look, and we have the Sun coming out right here. I'm optimistic and appreciate all I have. Yes, remain optimistic about the path going forward and these blessings that are coming into your life, the information that's coming to you. You know, stand in your truth, stand in your power, let go of the things that, you know, feel icky, that don't make you feel, you know, inspired. They don't make you feel uplifted. And sometimes that can be people in your life that just are not, you know, very supportive, or, you know, they can be toxic. But you are somebody who, you know, isn't afraid to do the hard work. You're very inspiring. Yeah, you're like somebody that people want to be around. I feel like your light is very inspirational, contagious. Like you have a big bright aura and others want to be around you because you're very uplifting and you're very inspiring. Maybe you're good at letting things go. You're good at moving forward and cutting the cords. You know, I feel like right now you could be going through a process of clearing out some old debris from the past. Still, like a little bit of residue is falling away. I don't feel like you have anything that's holding you back. It's just the final cleansing process, you know. But this light that's coming in is there to empower you and to remind you of your strength and your power. And there's a lot of information and downloads coming in. So you could be seeing a lot of signs. Pay attention to, you know, your guides. Pay attention to nature. Perhaps angel numbers are coming into your awareness. You know, maybe song lyrics, things like that. You are being guided right now. We have stepping through. Yeah, you're stepping onto a new path, a new beginning. Very psychic, very in tune, very connected. And we have this Merkaba here in the heart space, this unification of the masculine and feminine, the spiritual and the physical, and it's grounding. You're grounding this information in and downloading. Lots of light codes here. Lots of things, lots of forward movement. Ooh, we have communication and co-creation. Ooh. Yeah. Alright, so You may be receiving a lot of downloads at night in your sleep. You are working with other light beings, your soul family, other galactic beings, ascended masters to help bring in this beautiful energy here onto the planet. You're facilitating the shift into the 5D here, and you're helping with the co-creation of this beautiful new beginning that we've all been, the reasons why we all have come here to Earth in the first place. If you resonate as a starseed, a being of light who's come here to help facilitate in this beautiful shift here on the planet. I feel like you are one of those beings who are here helping in that shift. Ooh, we have the Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness, and you are what you seek. Look at this beautiful light that's pouring in. That's a lot of download. That's a lot of love. That's a lot of light. Yeah, you're communicating, and your guides are communicating to you a lot of information and a lot of wisdom. Woo. Sometimes you can feel like there's so much coming in at one time, like so many downloads, so many upgrades, so much information, and it's hard to process it all at one time. So make sure that you're spending some time out in nature. That will help you slow the energies down. You can also ask your guides to slow the information down, slow the energy, so that you can better assimilate the information that's coming into you. I definitely recommend journaling, because that always helped me when I was receiving so many downloads. And it's just a lot of epiphanies, a lot of understanding, a lot of perspective shifting that helps you move forward and progress along the journey. And sometimes it takes us a little bit of time to process it all, because there's so many upgrades that are taking place, and so many things have to be cleared out so that this new information can come in. So as you're taking time out in nature, this will help you to ground and release any of those energies and slow the energy down so that you can better understand the information and what is being asked of you. All right, let's see what else. We have memories of Atlantis. This is so wild. Spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. That's so wild. I was just telling you about that. A lot of information coming in for you. I feel like my camera is just slightly crooked. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. With my selenite up here. You may be work with gemstones if you do not have them. I own a crystal metaphysical shop. The link is in the description box below, and we do sell gemstone crystals. I myself am a crystal therapist. Went to school for many years, have hosted several retreats to help people understand their mental and emotional body and how they do affect our physical body, and working with gemstones to help bring in higher frequencies and bring a healing energy into their energetic field. And that is definitely something that will also help you to assimilate the information that's coming in, because crystals hold programs. You know, they're very intelligent energies, and they do hold consciousness, they hold frequencies, they have repetitive patterns which make them very stable, and they can help you stabilize the energies in your aura. So if you're if the vibrations, the energy that's coming in are way too fast and way too high, and they're making you feel a little nauseous or dizzy, you know, work with some grounding crystals like hematite and smoky quartz, red jasper. Those are very soothing, nurturing, grounding energies. They can also help pull any of the dense, heavy, lower vibrational energy out of the body. so that there's no blockages that are constricting the flow of energy in your aura, so that there's nothing jamming up the energy, so to say. You know, it's like this very high vibration trying to squeeze into this teeny tiny little tube, and if there's little blockages here and there, the energy gets backed up and it can start to make you feel a little nauseous and sick and dizzy and heavy. So definitely work with the crystals, because they can help you progress further along the path and to better assimilate the information, the light, the codes, the vibrations that are trying to come into your energy space. We have the crown chakra upgrade, divine connection, holy experience, and miraculous energy. Woo! Yay! So you're getting a crown activation. That's also going to help you to communicate with your higher self, with higher vibrational energies, such as the Ascended Masters. Right under the connection to the divine masculine and feminine, that Christ consciousness here. Yeah, that place of peace. This is more control over the mind, where you are more disciplined in the mental realm, in your mental body here. Yeah, definitely having more connections to your higher self and to the higher realms here. Yeah, look at this assimilation of information. It's just coming into your mind, and, you know, you're processing it. Our heart space is our center. You know, this is where we connect to our guides, to our higher self, to our divine self. And this is where they communicate to us from. Whether we realize it or not, it's all coming from our heart space, you know. And I feel like they're asking you to take some time out to meditate as well, to tune in, to connect. This will also help you ground in this information. You have the Ace of Fire, passion, new starts, attraction, creation, desire, new venture or job. Nice. So from endings are always a new beginning, right? We have until death. Death? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be death. There's this part. Saturn. New programs, new blueprints are coming online for you, which means that there is a new path, a new journey, a new experience, almost like a new version of yourself. Saturn is it's like the father. He rules time. He's also very good at structure and our soul contracts, you know, things that we've signed up for. And so I feel like you are signing new contracts. And that can be with new individuals, such as your soul family, where you are aligning yourself to have a meetup, where you are coming together to work together to create something new, or setting up time to communicate, even if it's in the astral realms. You can also be getting a new soul mission, downloading your soul mission, what it is that you're here to do, what is your passion, you know, fulfilling the mission of why you came here to the earth now. After working through all of these, the karmic lessons and healing your family tree, you know, your genetic inheritance and everything like that, after the healing work is done, you now download your soul purpose. You know, now that you've done all the work and you've healed the shadow, now it's time to step into the light and now fulfill your mission, like what the purpose is, what you're here to anchor, what you're here to bring forth, to teach the collective, what is the light that you're here to offer now. Oh my goodness, look at this. We have the sun on the sun. This is, you know, it's your purpose. It's that light you're offering, what you're here to bring, you know, how to uplift the collective. I love that these are on top of each other. It's perfect, perfect, perfect. This is also activations in the solar plexus, which is your physical 3D sun, your empowerment, your confidence, your courage, your passion, you know, what you're here to create, your masculine energy, you know, your purpose, the things that, you know, it's your fire, your passion, all that's being activated at the moment. We have the past south node coming out. Yeah, I feel like this is, you know, over the stepping through, this is what you're moving out of, and it's card number 33. That's mastery, self-mastery, healing of the past and stepping through into this new beginning. Spiritual guidance, intuition connects you with the divine guidance. Trust its direction. Yeah, your guides are connecting to you right here, river communication. They are guiding you on the path forward. That's the information that you're receiving from all of these downloads. You are an open channel. You have healed these ancestral wounds, and now it's time for you to step into your light and to be open to receiving, you know, all this beautiful love and light and inspiration that's coming to you through these guides, through the Venusians. You know, and the Venusians are very loving. They have a very feminine energy, you know, and they have big hearts. They're very kind-hearted, tender-hearted. They love nature. They love Mother Nature. They're almost like a sister planet to Mother Earth, and you know, very nurturing and family-oriented. Those types of energies, and that's what's missing here on the planet. It's been so suppressed. So I feel like you're definitely somebody here who is here to help restore that Christ consciousness, so that the masculine and feminine energies are in balance. We have the mirror of truth. Intuition reflects the truth like a mirror. Trust what you perceive. Yeah, you're able to see beyond the illusion, and I feel like your truth is going to be reflected to you. You know, this is highly psychic information. That upgrade to the crown chakra. You're also being upgraded in the solar plexus, your throat chakra, and your third eye chakra here. Being able to perceive, you know, other people's truth. Perhaps you're able to see through the shadows, through the illusions, the deceptions here on the planet. And you're able to see the divine, even in the darkness, right? The master plan. And I feel like you are, through this upgrade that you're receiving, that you're now going to be seeing your inner world reflected in the world around you on your day-to-day life. Like the love that you have, the work that you've done is going to be, you know, shown to you in the 3D, in your day-to-day life. We have Archangel Azrael, death. Death, endings, and completions are at hand. Take time to let go, to grieve, and to heal. And look at this love that's being poured down on you. This healing, cleansing, purification. Yeah, sometimes when we're starting on a new path and a new beginning, like there is a little bit of grieving that takes place because we're letting things go. Sometimes we have to let people go, and we have to grieve like the things that could have been, and grieve parts of us that, you know, maybe we thought were meant to be or meant to go in certain directions, and things didn't pan out the way we wanted them to or hoped they would. And so, but we have to trust that we're always being guided, you know, and that there is a divine plan to everything, and that the path that we're on is more in an alignment with our truth and our most soul growth. And that things that are meant to be in your life will be there. People who are meant to be in your life will come to you on your path, you know, and they will or they will return if it's somebody you've had to let go. You just have to trust that everything is always in an alignment and working out for your highest good, even at the moments that it doesn't feel that way, you know. And that's why we have to surrender and let go of trying to control the outcome, or trying to even know, you know, what we're supposed to be doing or where we're meant to go or what's next, you know. Unfortunately, our ego, our mind loves to have control, and it wants to know, well, what's next? Where are we going next? You know, it likes to have plans, you know, that Saturn energy. It needs to know the plan and the structure. And sometimes we're not allowed to know. Sometimes things are meant to be a mystery, because then it would ruin, like, the grand show, you know, the grand manifestation. You have to just trust in the process and take each day as it comes, and not try to jump too far into the future, because sometimes things just happen along the path that are unpredictable and we had no idea it was coming. So we just have to take each day and live through each moment and through each experience, doing the best we can. And that's the best advice I can give you, is to have that complete and utter trust. Stay in your heart space and know that you're always being guided. And we have Mother Goddess Hathor with bliss. Enjoy yourself. Return to pleasure through the sacredness of your sensual nature. Okay, so that's so wild. We have the sacral chakra coming out here. And it's about following your bliss, following things that make you feel good, you know, that make your heart sing, that raise your vibration, things that keep you in a higher level vibration versus the things that make you feel bad. You know, it's letting go of the past, letting go of those old memories that are no longer serving you, and addressing any triggers that may come up for you, but mainly to engage in the things that uplift you and make you feel good and that keep your light shining, because you are somebody who is meant to be a guide for others, to offer your wisdom, to shine your light, to lead others. You have a lot of the sun coming out, so there's a big connection to I want to say Polaris. What is the name of our sun? Sol? S-O-L? I can't remember. But yes, you have a big connection. I feel like there's this big expansion in the solar plexus, so you may be receiving a lot of downloads in that area. Sometimes you can feel that intensity. Sometimes you can feel nauseous. You can feel your stomach kind of swirling around a little bit when you're receiving these upgrades. So like I was saying, just take some time out to be in nature. I'm going to get you a dragon rider to close out your reading, and I think I'm going to read from the book on this one to just see what extra information wants to come out for you. Pile number 1, can we have a dragon rider? And each dragon rider has a dragon. We all have a dragon. And they help us to traverse the spiritual realms. And I believe there's a certain vibration you have to have in order to receive the dragon. And we have Saga and Sheila Shagdan. Drink from the holy water of wisdom, and from now on, follow the way of self-awareness. Be like water. Flow freely and unhindered along your life path. Ooh, I love that. And look at how she has the 2 chalices in her hand, where she is open and receiving the sacred wisdom, this divine knowledge. She is a vessel. You are a vessel for sacred wisdom and divine knowledge. Okay, so let me see. The message says, water is the cradle of all life. Its flow cannot be stopped and will always find a path. Those who believe they can contain and tame water are mistaken, as it can merge with fire or air in order to flow freely. If water is enclosed in a dish, it will call upon the power of the sun and evaporate to fall freely as rain. If it is trapped in a bottle, It will call upon the power of cold air to freeze, to swell, and break the glass. Water is timeless and unhurried. It is unique and unlike anything else known to humanity. Hydrogen, the main component of water, is the oldest chemical element in the universe. The primordial knowledge that resonates within it is transmitted to water. Ooh. Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. You are water, so live like water and be free. Saga is connected with the female dragon, Sheila Shagdon, whose name means the view in the mirror. Ooh. And the dragon's message says, we come to you to bring the two holy chalices of wisdom. You may drink the water within, but be aware that wisdom can be achieved only through self-knowledge. Be ready to look into the mirror that I am. Know yourself and then surrender to the flow of life. Stop trying to live the life of others. Be like water. Find your way and flow through all unpleasant situations. You will only become involved with them if you allow yourself to become caught up in them and sacrifice your freedom. Ooh, I love that. That is beautiful. All right, pile number 3. You are definitely receiving some wisdom, and they're asking you to flow and to free yourself from anything that is preventing you from being your authentic self, from shining your light, from remaining in your true, beautiful self, your unique vibration. Yeah, don't live your life for anybody else's approval or satisfaction. Live for your passion, why you came here, from your soul. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, pile number 1. This was your message from a high vibrational being. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments if you feel like sharing your story, or if you don't know what to say, just let me know. Pile number 1 was your reading. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for helping me grow my channel. I am sending y'all so much love and light. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 2. So for today's reading, we are getting messages from a highly evolved being. And for you, you were drawn to the blue beings of healing. So I'm going to move this over to the side before we get in. And we're going to choose your oracle cards real quick so that we can hear the message clearly. So we're going to get some tarot for you first. If you do not enjoy the card selecting process, you can skip ahead to the reading. Okay. I got a couple different decks here that we're going to pull from. This one is the Ancient Lemurians. Pile number 2. What messages do the blue beings have? This card. Is there any more? This one. Pile number 2. Messages from the blue beings. Anyone? No. Let's get some star codes. Messages from the blue beings. Ooh, we had a card flip over. Let me see if I can find it again. I thought I saw a card flip over, maybe not. Okay. Messages from the blue beings for pile number 2. Oh, there it is. Okay. the blue beings for pile number 2. And this one fell. 2 more to go. Messages from the blue beings, please. Last deck, and then we'll get you reading. So, yes. Okay. Alright, pile number 2. I'm going to set these to the side, and let's review the blue beings. So it says the blue beings, light transmission, wounds healed, important information, and charging up. And isn't that awesome? It came out with the healing stone. Now the blue beings, they go by many names. They can be seen as angels, extraterrestrials, star beings, star ancestors, and they are highly evolved beings that are fully connected to source, and they're offering you some healing. So you're being asked to take some time out, to go to a quiet place, like remove yourself from others, from day-to-day life, from individuals, just, you know, overall feeling like you have to contribute and do and be in service to others, and spend some time with yourself without feeling guilty, and to check in on yourself, you know, check in on your feelings, review how you feel. Are you in an alignment with your happiness, your truth, your passions, you know, with your, are you in your highest vibration, or there's some things that you need to let go of? There's some healing that needs to take place, some emotions that need to be healed and acknowledged. Alright, let's see what other messages the blue beings want to offer you. So you have the Page of Swords. Definitely some healing. And then we have the King of Wands. Oh, did I say the Page of Swords and the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you've been worried a lot. You've been spending maybe a lot of time in the mental realm, and not enough space in your heart, or not really connected to your true feelings. Maybe you haven't been feeling successful. Maybe you're somebody who feels like you have to be busy and working all the time, you know, like you have to constantly be working, that somehow maybe your only value is if you're working hard and you're doing and providing and giving. And I feel like it's time for you to take some time for yourself, to receive for yourself. And that's can be very hard for people who are overachievers, people who are workaholics, you know, to stop and take a break, to shut down, to shut the mind down. It can be very difficult when you're so used to being in overdrive all the time. It's like being in a stream of water, and the stream is, the current's going this direction, and now you're turning around and going in the opposite direction. There's this, like, you know, you have to develop a momentum to keep going in the opposite direction, and it's retraining yourself how to slow down and to enjoy life, to smell roses along the way, you know. And when your body's tired, to allow your body to have a break, to allow yourself to receive rest, to receive healing. If you don't slow down, how are you going to receive your blessings? How are you going to receive the good karma that's trying to come to you if you're constantly pushing it away by being active? You have to turn, it's like the circuit, right? This circuit of giving is always pushing out the energy, but you're not receiving the energy in equal measure. You know, it has to be this circuit that's completed, and you haven't been completing the circuit. You've just been exhausting all energy reserves. And so the blue beings are here to deliver this message that you need to take some time for yourself so that you can receive, so that you can receive healing, so that you can receive love and nurturing, kindness, to slow down, to receive your karmic rewards and your blessings that are meant to be yours. We have the Ace of Pentacles. I'm always rewarded for all that I do. Look at that. This is the blessings that want to come in for you, but they can't if you're working so hard and you're constantly in a place of doing and not in a place of receiving. And that can be, I have been there, so I completely feel your pain, mile number 2, because I'm a workaholic, and I was raised that things don't just fall in your lap, and you have to work hard for everything. And it also comes from a place of fear of not being good enough, and in a place of lack and of not having enough. And what I had to do was go to the place in me where I first felt that way, where I received this programming. Because as children, we look to our parents, we look to the outside world to teach us how to navigate this, this 3D life here on Earth. We're looking for confirmation that, this is good and this is a no, this is a yes, this is a no, this is good, this is bad, this behavior is acceptable, this behavior is not. And we learn and pick up our habits from our parents. And so sometimes those habits aren't very good and beneficial. Some of them can be very toxic. Some of them can be programming to make us feel like we aren't good enough and that we do have something to prove. We have to prove our worth, that we're valuable and that we're worthy of having, good things, or that we matter in some kind of way, or that we have value, and that there's something that we need to prove. And the blue beings want you to know that you're already worthy and you're already good enough. There's nothing you have to do to make yourself worthy. And it's you accepting yourself, loving yourself, and placing that value back into your own heart. That you are worthy, you are good enough, and that you are deserving. And live from that place of gratitude, of knowing that you can succeed in anything that you put your mind to, because you know how much of a hard worker you are. Somebody who isn't afraid to do the work, but you are somebody who's not really acknowledging your own needs, and your own desires, and your own fears of not being good enough or not having enough. And when you take the time to rest, don't shut off your feelings and ignore how you feel. You're being asked to address those emotions, address those fears, because there's important information there. They're showing you like a false belief that you have about yourself and about life. And when you slow down, you can then address them and make the correction, so that moving forward on the path, when you have energy, you're making conscious choices to create the life that you want. You're not creating from a place of fear and creating from a place of lack. You're creating from a place of abundance, of this inner knowing that you have and that you are worthy and good enough. We have soul, star, chakra merging with the divine. So we're getting a connection to the divine. This is your higher self here. And in order to tap in and tune in, you have to rest and connect to your heart space here, to your soul. And we have the infinite. This is all the potential lies within you. We are always connected to the divine. You are not forgotten. You are not left out, even though sometimes it may feel like you aren't supported and like the divine has forgotten you. and that you've worked hard and you're a very good person and you always try to do the right things, and somehow things just aren't working out for you in your life. And that is because of your belief systems. Your belief is that you're not good enough and that you have to do this in order to get this. And when you start changing your beliefs, that's what changes your world, you know. And it's not gaslighting yourself and tricking yourself into believing something different. It really has to be, it has to come from your heart, from your soul. You have to know this through every like cell of your being, that this is truth, that this is the truth, and not what you've been telling yourself. That's the lie, and that's why it doesn't feel good. Anything that is in alignment with your soul feels good. You know, it uplifts you, it inspires you, you feel loved, you feel supported, you feel connected. And that comes from a place of being within. Because you know that you are. Let's see what else we have. We have lost and wounded. Yeah, not feeling enough. Confirmation. I feel like those are your wounds that need tending to, and it comes from your childhood. When we're children, you know, our parents aren't always very in tune with the emotions of a child, and children can't really communicate their emotions well. And so some of our programming comes all the way back from our childhood, and that's what needs the upgrading. It needs a different perspective. And so now you, as the adult, you have the opportunity to change those belief systems, to change that programming that the child's still running on, you know. Think of a computer where the system is outdated. These beliefs that you have, the way that you see yourself and the way that you see your life, they need to be upgraded, you know, and those old programs need to be cleansed and removed from the system. And you need to install these upgrades, your new beliefs and the ways that you see yourself. And that comes from you taking this time out to connect and go within, to really learn who you are and what are your truths, how you really feel. Control and sabotage. Conflicts, mood swings, trust issues, manipulations, and patterns. Yeah, these are the things that are sabotaging you from achieving your goals, from achieving your success, from achieving your rewards, and all your accomplishments. Because sometimes the mind likes to be in control. And when we were young, when we were children, we lived from our heart space. We love everyone and everything, and we believe everything is possible. And things happen to us, life happens, and we kind of shut down our emotions and our heart, and we jump into our head. And our head lives from a fearful place. It is like the younger child. When we experience something painful and heartbreaking, we didn't want to feel it, so we jumped into our mind and tried to logically rationalize it away somehow. And so the mind is very immature, and it wants to have control, and it's very fearful, and it sees things from the past until we learn how to discipline it and train it. And that means we have to go back into our heart space and heal the things that wounded us initially, and shift the way that we see things from that child's point of view. And then when we do that, we start learning how to reparent ourselves and how to, you know, heal our heart. And we start healing that wounded child, so that now the wounded child can become the teenager who then becomes the parent. Did y'all hear the peacock? It said, yeah. And we end up elevating our consciousness and our awareness, and we go into those dark spaces that we've been afraid to touch, and we end up elevating and shining a light on those hidden parts in us, and that brings more awareness, more perspective shifting, more understanding, more peace to our life and to our situations. And so that is the healing that is being offered to you at this moment that you're tuning into this reading. You are receiving healing information, healing light, healing hands are surrounding you while you go through this process. We have journey. Yeah, you're going on a spiritual journey to connect to your divine self. And it's time for you to go on this. It is a much needed, and you're being encouraged to do so. And this is the card that wanted to come out, Symbiosis. Yeah, this is seeing and understanding that all parts are connected to the whole. Everything is there to teach you and guide you to learn about yourself, to learn what you like and what you don't like, to empower you, to make you stronger. And I feel like you've had to be very, very strong in order to get through life. And the blue beings are telling you it's time for you now to surrender, to take some time out to heal. It's almost like a life review so that you can reassess things, reassign new meanings to things, new belief systems, set new goals for yourself, to restructure the way that you treat yourself. You know, I used to feel guilty too if I wasn't working, like I had to be doing something, you know, and I had to go in and say, why do I feel that way? Why do I feel guilty? You know, I work so hard and I do so much. How come I'm not allowed to take a break? You know, and it's like you're having this conversation with yourself, trying to like make a plea and understand why is my mind trying to control me so much and make me feel bad if I'm not doing anything. And the way that I learned is that my mind is like the masculine energy that's been in overdrive, you know, and it's like, it's greedy, it wants power, it wants control, it wants you working, it wants you using your fire and just being all consuming. And that's from what has happened on the planet here. Everybody is in that overdrive of masculine energy because the feminine energies have been so repressed and made to feel like the women's the weaker gender, you know, and you're weak if you have emotions and you cry and you feel, you know, or if you take a rest, you take a break, that you're lazy, you know what I mean? It's all these projections that get placed on feminine energies. And you don't even have to be a woman. Men feel the same way too. They're not allowed to take a break, you know, they're only good with what they can provide, you know, and how much money they make and all this kind of stuff. And we're forced to feel the same way. And this is the patterning and the programming that's out there. And we're forced to believe that we're only successful if we make all this kind of money. And it's just baloney. And we really have to go within and connect. And most people don't realize that the power lies in your hands, in your belief systems, and what you hold sacred to you. What do you see as happiness? What makes you happy? What is your truth, you know? What is your passion? And why aren't you allowed to take a break? Says who? You know, people don't question these things. They just kind of go along and go with the flow. And I feel like we need to start challenging those belief systems. And that's exactly what you need to be doing. Challenging why aren't you allowed to take a rest, you know? And come into that space of allowing yourself to, you know, take time out to enjoy life, to rest, to look back on your life and see all that you've accomplished and everything that you've overcome, you know, and then allow yourself to receive comfort, to nurture yourself, to be proud of yourself, to give yourself a pat on the back and say you deserve better, you deserve more, and see how valuable you are and how worthy you are. Healing is on its way. I'm so happy for you. We have star being healing codes. Wow. Important information. Wounds are healed and recharging. That's what's up. I love that. See, and that's what needs to happen on the planet. We need to heal this mindset that we've all adopted and decided that this was our truth. This is how we should be living here on this planet. And it's not. We're just going with these programs that have been shared and passed around through generations, because that's the way life has been. But guess what? We're here to bring that change. It's time for change. These are old, outdated belief systems, and they don't fit in. They do not fit our lifestyle. They don't fit our being. It's making us sick. We're completely sabotaging ourselves and our happiness and our bodies, our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health. Everything is suffering because of it. Higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. This is what needs to take place, is this heart healing. Healing your heart, healing the parts of yourself that you have forgotten, that you've ignored, that you have placed other things of a higher priority over yourself. Placing other people's needs before your own. And the thing is like, you can't deplete yourself to give to others, because then you end up giving to people who don't even appreciate it. They don't see the sacrifice that it took you in order to give them something, and sometimes we end up trying to prove our worth to somebody, and we give so much, and then we get resentful when they don't appreciate it, or it's not reciprocated even. Sometimes we give to the wrong people, and they just take, because you have those people out there who are like, oh, you got all this extra to give, I'm going to take it. I don't have extra to give, so, thanks for giving. And they don't even say thank you sometimes, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, you deserve so much better. You don't need their approval. Like, they should be the ones who are, like, seeking you out. So it's really, really hard, and it's very sad when you start seeing all the ways that you just don't value yourself and don't see your worth. And when you can start to empower yourself and comfort yourself and nurture yourself and become your own cheerleader and rally for you, then this shift starts to happen. And within you, you start to develop more confidence and more courage to set healthy boundaries for yourself and limit yourself and say, no, I worked hard this week. I'm going to take a day off and I'm going to do something fun. Or I worked hard today, so I'm going to reward myself with, and it can start off with small things at first, like a hot bath, or I'm going to read a book today. And I'm going to shut my mind off when it tries to start guilting me into getting up and doing stuff. I'm going to tell it no. Like, I'm going to rest my body. I'm going to slow down. I want to do something fun, and I'm going to reward myself, so that you learn how to open that channel to receive, so that more people start pouring into your cup. And then that balance starts to take place, where you're not just completely pouring out and emptying yourself out and emptying from reserves that are always empty. You start refilling your cup so that you have something to offer in exchange. It's learning how to restore that balance. We have Akashic records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. This is what you're doing, freeing yourself from these patterns. In a past life, you were probably the same thing, repeating these patterns, repeating the cycle over and over again, where you're not good enough. Maybe you feel guilty about some things, and you feel like you're constantly having to prove that you're good enough and that you're worthy enough. And you don't have to. This is where the healing comes in, is learning that we are all forgivable. We're all allowed to make mistakes, and we can all correct those mistakes by doing something better, by changing the way that we choose to make our choices, and we can make amends if amends are there and available, and if not, it's forgiving yourself so that you can free yourself from having to pay back some kind of, retribution, that you're not allowed to make a mistake. And the way I see it is, we can learn from those mistakes. We learn from everything. We learn from making the good choices and the bad choices, and it's learning that if we knew, we wouldn't have made the mistake, right? And sometimes we do make those choices because we're coming from a place of anger and rage, and maybe we want revenge, and we think at the time that that's the best thing to do because it's what's going to make us feel better. But, you know, in the end, it never does. And we end up shaming ourselves for doing that, making that choice. So we're always learning. And that's where you need to have that forgiveness for yourself, just as much as you would have that same forgiveness for your own child who made a mistake. It's becoming the parent that you wish you had. Vibrational alignment. When you align with the universe, your intuition becomes stronger. And that's the thing. When you start tuning into yourself, you start connecting to, you start putting the pieces together. You know, you start remembering who you are. You start remembering like your passions. And it's hard sometimes when you're so used to like working and doing things for everybody else, and like you forget what makes you feel good. You're like, what about me? I don't even know who I am anymore. I've been so busy doing and being for everybody else. I don't even know who I am. And that's why it's so important for you to take this time out to rest and to heal so that you can get into alignment with your truth. Third eye awakening. There we go. Your third eye is awakening, enhancing your intuitive vibrations. Being able to see the truth here. See beyond the illusion. Peacock agrees. Guardian angel. Your guardian angel watches over you, offering protection and support. You are definitely being watched over by the angels through this process, okay? They're here and supporting you. Divine intervention is at work. Your intuition is the message. Tune into your intuition. This is the divine feminine connecting to you and through you. Listen to your instincts, your intuition, your heart. This is what's going to remind you who you are, what your truth is, to tap into that feminine energy, to become soft again, and to realize it's okay to be soft. It's okay to feel, to have emotions. That's what makes us human. To have empathy for other individuals who are struggling, who are in pain, who are, you know, just not in the highest light. You know, they're struggling, or when you see somebody who's in need, you know what I mean? We connect on a heart space, and I feel like the world has gone so far from the connection to our heart. They don't want us to connect to our heart. They don't want us to care for one another. They don't want us connected. They want us so far away from each other and desensitized from anybody who's in pain or in lack or struggling in any kind of way. And they want us to shame one another and think each other's the problem. And in a way we are, only because we're not using our hearts. We're not tuning back into those tools that are naturally ours, you know. The technology is kind of shutting that version of ourselves away, and we're not using and engaging all of our senses and our abilities. They're telling us what to think. They're telling us what to do and what to believe. And your guides want you to tune back into your truth and seeing beyond the illusions. Ooh, we have intuitive healing. Your intuition guides you towards deeper inner healing. Alright, and we have a Sanat Master, Serapis Bay with self-mastery. Take time for spiritual practices and inner work. Spiritual discipline is required for your next step. So make some time during this healing journey to take time out to practice some kind of spiritual practice here, whether it's meditating, whether it's cleansing your aura, connecting to your angels, you know, going into prayer, doing some kind of ritual, whether it's in the morning or at night before you go to bed, you know, things that make you feel connected to, you know, Source Creator, to your guides, to your heart, to your soul, to your divine self, to the work that you're doing, you know. Like, even if it's, you know, for 30 minutes a day, I'm going to take time out to just do something fun or do something for me, so that you can start the process of retraining yourself to not feel guilty for doing something for you. This came out in, I think, the first reading. Archangel Azrael, death, endings, and completions are at hand. Take time to let go, to grieve, and to heal. All right, definitely. Allow yourself to release. Sometimes when we're going on this healing journey, we have memories that come up that were painful. And some of us, some part of us wants to run away from those emotions. But in order to heal the emotional body, when we're made of water, so the water holds memories. And if we've been suppressing the water and it's been jamming up and it's been, think of like a swamp. When the water's not moving, the water becomes very muddy and cloudy and, just yucky. So, and that's what can create disease in our body, because they are the emotions. They're not being allowed to flow and to release and to bring in that cleansing, healing, rejuvenating energy. So when you have emotions that are coming up and there's pain and you're feeling the pain, allow yourself to cry and release the pain through the tears. Our tears have a healing element to them. We have 3 different forms of tears, and that's why when we, let's say we step on a nail or we get hurt really bad, tears come out. It's a natural part of the healing process. It helps us to relieve pain. So allow yourself to grieve and to allow the emotions to flow, to acknowledge that they're there, that this is your truth, that this is how you feel, and then comfort yourself through those emotions, through that process, and love yourself and tell yourself it's going to be okay, and that you've got your back, that you've overcome that, and how can you handle that moving forward if you ever were to experience that ever again. There's tools that you can gather from those experiences to help you navigate the future. All right, it's not to come from a place of fear, it's to come from a place of acknowledging that this has happened, but because I have gone through this experience, I now have wisdom about it. In the future, if it was ever to approach me again, I would handle it in a different way, that you have gained wisdom and knowledge from it, and not to be afraid of it. All right, pile number 2. I'm going to close your reading out. I think this one went a little bit long just because it was a healing thing, and I'm a natural healer, and I definitely feel your pain and resonate with you because I've been on that journey myself. So if this resonated with you, I'd love to hear from you. If you feel like sharing your story in the comments, or if you don't know what to say, just let me know that pile number 2 was your reading. I'm sending you so much love, pile number 2. Y'all take care and have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading, pile number 3. So you were drawn to the high vibrational beings of the Lemurians, as well as the hopes, say the coin, the Hope Stone. So a little bit about the Lemurians. They were a highly evolved civilization in ancient times here on Earth. They lived in complete harmony with all things, with Mother Nature, and they just were very connected to everything and even one another. They were very psychic, highly evolved, and attuned to their inner vision as well as their inner knowing. They could see in miles in every direction, so very telepathic, kind of like how dolphins and whales use sonar technology, or use their sonar location. It's pretty wild that the Lemurians could actually, they knew that there was going to be some kind of cataclysmic event and before it even happened. So your psychic gifts are being activated at this moment. They're guiding you to trust your intuition, to trust what you see, what you feel, what you know. I feel like your psychic, your sensitivity is being enhanced right now, and you're going to be able to pick up on other people's energy pretty quickly. So the more that you use this ability, the stronger it's going to get. You'll be able to know people's intentions through the energies that you sense. You'll be able to pick up on their vibrations. All right, so I'm going to set this over here, and we're going to do your card pulling real quick. If you don't like the card pulling process, y'all can just skip ahead. I'm going to get you a couple of tarot cards real quick, and then we'll do some oracle cards. So you have 4. Messages from the Lemurians for pile number 3. What did the Lemurians want you to know? Pile number 3. Okay. Some star codes for pile number 3. Lemurians, what do they want you to know? What is their message? And this one? Okay, 2 more. And last card for pile. Is there one more in here? We're jumping around. Alright, let's see. Messages from the Lemurians for pile number 3. So you're definitely getting that activation. This can be your third eye activation that's opening up. Your pineal gland. It says clairvoyance activated, psychic awareness, sensitivity, and trust your intuition. So trust your perceptions at this moment. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Nice. The 10 of Wands. Very good. Ooh, the Empress card. Nice. And we have the 7 of Cups. Okay. So I feel like you were very close to manifesting something for yourself right now. With the Queen of Pentacles. You know, she's somebody who is very creative. She knows how to manifest, and she's very, very generous. Very good at guiding others. So, yeah, I feel like you're definitely somebody who's meant to shine a light for others. Maybe you feel like a call to be a healer. Yeah, because you're not afraid to do the work, you know, and I feel like you encourage others as well. Like you shine your light, you offer others your support, you're very nurturing, very kind, you're very compassionate. Yeah, you have like a lot to give and offer others. You're very good at mothering other people, and I feel like it's something that you've learned how to do for yourself as well. You're very good at manifesting and using your mind, your imagination. Very good at going with the flow. Very caring, generous person. Yeah, you know your truth, you know your worth, you know your value. And you're not afraid to do the work, like I was saying, and you help encourage other people to heal and do the work themselves. And you're a very supportive friend, you're a supportive you know, ally, partner, mother, sister. Let's see, we have crystal keys. Look at that dragon that's here. Yeah, you're grounding something here on the physical plane. I feel like, and this is number 22. That's a connection to Raphael here. He's a master healer, a guide. Maybe you're somebody who works with crystals. Maybe you're a crystal healer like myself. Hello, friend. And you're definitely opening up and connecting more to the higher realms. I feel like you're receiving downloads, higher vibrational energy, more light codes. You have this beautiful connection to the stars. You may feel like you are a star seed. And look, we even have these Lemurian crystals here. This Lemurian quartz crystal. You may resonate as a Lemurian. And in your soul, you know, you may have reincarnated here to re-establish this beautiful connection to Mother Earth and to bring that healing divine feminine energy and restore that Christ consciousness unity of masculine and feminine vibrations here on the planet. You know, Christ consciousness is an energy, it's a frequency of unity, of wholeness, where there isn't this duality that takes place of masculine and feminine. It's all one, like it's all one thing. It's not just this or that. It's all connected. It's all energy. Crystal keys. Yeah, there's something also, there's some kind of codes that you have within you, some information that you hold, some ancient connection that you have, ancient memories, ancient abilities, gifts, talents, knowledge, wisdom that you're meant to share. Ooh, we have full spectrum. You have coming into alignment. Look at this growth here that we have. I feel like, yeah, you have been building a foundation of support, of love, and a connection to the higher realms, working with Mother Nature. This beautiful alignment that you have, like all of your chakras are online. You're grounding this energy in there. We have this connection to the past and the ancients, you know, your ancestors, your family lineage. I feel like you have been bringing that healing energy in. Yeah, you're not afraid to feel. You're not afraid to go with the flow. Twin flame, strong soulmate. I love it. Yeah, you've made that connection within your heart and mind. They're in sync with one another. That's why manifestation is going to easily occur for you, because you have made that connection within. You've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of work to get you to this place, and that's why you're receiving this activation. Very feminine in your energy, very divine, very, you know, giving, nurturing, glowing. South Node, comfort zone. Resistance. Fear of the new. No, this is the past here. Yeah, you've made peace with the past. You know, where you come from. In the times of Lemuria, like that is when Atlantis started coming in, and some of them were working with crystal technology, and they were manipulating genetics, and they were breeding, like, you know, manipulating human DNA, I guess Lemurian and Atlantean DNA and animal DNA, and they were just blending it together. They were, you know, just taking advantage of the gifts and the technology, and they ended up destroying, you know, their civilization, and Earth took like this really big hit. You know, there was this cataclysmic event that happened here on Earth, and it wiped out these civilizations. And some of them survived, some of them went inside inner Earth, some of them left the planet. And you may have soul memories of this experience. Maybe you were an individual who were, you know, just take what resonates for you. An individual who was, you know, maybe forced to use your gifts. For those of you who have this connection to the crystals and everything, to use your gifts to, you know, for bad. Not that you intended to, but it was like this forced thing, because they were almost kind of like enslaving individuals and stuff, and there was this forced breeding, and, you know, families were taken apart and ripped apart from one another, and, you know, the mothers were taken away from the families and stuff, and so there was this whole separation that ended up happening. And there may be parts of in your Akashic records where you have some of these memories located, that you still remember this experience, you know. But you may be, some of you who are on the twin flame journey, experiencing that internal connection with yourself. Some of you actually do have a twin flame, and you may be coming into contact, you know, a physical twin flame. Those are very rare. And you may be coming into contact with them soon. Peacock says yes. We have transits with climate, things coming into alignment here. Neptune vision, I love that. Okay. Coming more in tune with the environment that's around you. You know, picking up on the subtle energies, the subtle vibrations, the subtleties that people, you know, put off but don't realize that they're putting off. You know, like you'll be able to instantly know when somebody is lying, or when somebody's kind of fudging the truth or exaggerating the story a little bit. Or, you know, like when you walk into a room and you can tell when there's tension. You know, you'll be able to know and understand people's intentions without them even like telling you. You'll be able to read the energy and just have that inner knowing. Complete upgrade and expansion in the third eye and the crown chakra here, especially with Neptune and vision. And we have the ninth house exploration. The ninth house is about, you know, your higher education, expanding of the mind, you know, philosophy, a spiritual journey. Yeah, you're going to be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information, this expansion on your psychic awareness, your clairvoyance, becoming more telepathic, connecting more to your guides, becoming more aware vibrationally. Yeah, there's a lot of change that's going to be coming in for you, but it's all going to be for the better, for the good. Yeah, because we have, like, this reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, like fast energies. We have the Halls of Amenti, initiation, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiations. Okay, so you're being initiated. I feel like the Halls of Amenti, I think what I remember reading about them, it is the getting access to the Akashic records here. To like soul memories. And this is like a temple of wisdom where you can understand how to navigate the different dimensions, the different worlds, you know, and bringing that balance in, restoring balance. Yeah, you're going to start remembering your gifts, your abilities, you know, it's like soul recall almost. And sometimes, you know, the hidden is going to be revealed. What isn't said, you will have this inner knowing. You know, when people are speaking, there's parts that they leave out, and you will have that inner knowing, like, oh my goodness. And when you have that gift, it's not, make sure that you're careful with it. Don't judge other people. Make sure that you are open-minded, not criticizing or being critical of people. When you have that gift, it's hard to shut it off, and it's hard to, it can be very hard, because sometimes you end up like losing friends, and you don't really want to be around too many people, because it's like you can read their thoughts and you know their intentions, and you just see where so many people just aren't living from their truth, and that's just because they haven't done a lot of their healing work and they haven't uncovered it, and it's just where their soul is on their journey, on their soul path, and the work that they've done. And some people are further along the path than others, and so not to judge people and how far they've come and where they're at consciously. Everybody has their time. Everybody awakens when they're meant to awaken. Everybody has their own, journey that they've signed up for, and everybody signed contracts, and we all set ourselves up to awake at different times. So just be aware of that, so that you don't take the gifts for granted or be too harsh in what you do see, And it's like, once you know something, you can't unknow something, So that's why I believe a lot of the spiritual gurus and everything, that's why they kind of isolate themselves, because, people are very blind in their choices and their actions and their decisions and how they affect one another, and what they're actually creating, and their belief systems and everything. So if you find yourself wanting to isolate and retreat, this is probably why, and you're not alone, and it also helps you to connect and refine your skills and to reconnect to yourself, so that you're not coming from a place of negativity and judging other people. Just you allow people to live their life and make their own choices, and you know that they're all on their own path and their own journey, just like you have. And, we wouldn't want other people judging us on our choices and decisions either. I'm not saying that you are, I'm just putting this out there. Alright, next we have the Hathor Light Codes, Light Immersion, Full System Upgrade, and Power Recall. And I feel like that is exactly what was coming through with the full spectrum here. Like, you're going to be receiving, access to your divine memories, energetic upgrades, more of your spiritual gifts are going to be coming online, more accessing of soul memories, who you were in past lives, gifts that you have, mastered, and being able to utilize them and ground them here on the planet Earth, everything that you've accomplished and been through. We have inner peace. In moments of peace, intuition speaks the loudest. See, this is what I mean about the gurus and the monks and the Buddhists and everything, and they go seek this quietness up on the mountains where there's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of distraction, because it's easier to tune in and to connect yourself. And it's easier to find that peace, right? Of course, the real challenge is to be amongst the chaos and still have that peace. But if you haven't mastered that ability yet, then yes, by all means, it's going into that inner space and connecting to yourself, to your guides, to remember and restore, your divine gifts, your psychic talents, and remembering who you are, anchoring in that peace where you have that solid foundation where nothing can shake you from who you are, what you're here to create and manifest and bring forward to the collective that are here on the earth. What was your mission? What is your contract say? What are you here to be doing? Who are you supposed to be helping? Those kinds of things. We have clarity in chaos. So as I was just saying, in chaos, your intuition brings clarity. Trust it. Yeah, so when you're out and about and you happen to be amongst the collective, you know, and you just can pick up on their fears and their worries and their stresses, you know, it's having that complete faith and trust, seeing beyond their fears, seeing beyond the worries, and you're able to still remain focused on the truth, you know, and trusting that you're being guided, trusting that everything happens for a reason, that everybody's walking their path, and you just pray and have faith that everybody is, you know, learning their lessons. And it's sad sometimes when you can see that people are just very, very sleepwalking, but know that they have set themselves up to be triggered to awaken through some kind of event that will all of a sudden go pink, and their eyes will open and they'll start questioning everything, and they'll go on that sacred journey just like we all had to, you know, and it shakes them out of that comfort zone of, you know, what are you used to, and then all of a sudden, like, your world starts crumbling and crashing down, and you feel like Neo in the Matrix, and like everything that you once believed, you find out was a lie. And then, like, oh my God, once you've opened the door and taken the pill, you can't go back. You know, once you wake up, you can't fall asleep. Although I have seen some people, but I'm not sure. I think they were just kind of faking that they were awake and actually understood and knew. And there were parts of them that were just not ready, because they hadn't healed yet. We have Archangel Haniel with grace, divine blessings and gifts are upon you. You are worthy and forever loved. Oh, I love that. So you're being blessed by the divine for all the work that you've done. Your gifts are awakening. They're coming online. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are loved. You know, feel that in your heart chakra here. The divine is very much with you and on your side. They love you very much. You are seen. You are acknowledged for all the work that you've done. Oh, we have Starlight Amora with trust and love and grace and peace. These qualities live within you and every human on this planet. And I was just reminded of this hope. You know, have trust, have faith, have hope and humanity, that we've got this. We will overcome. The changes are happening. More and more people are awakening every single day. Trust that peace will reign. Lemuria will be restored here on the planet. It is written in the stars. And on some level, it's already happened. We're just waiting for the energies here on planet Earth to catch up, you know. It's beautiful, beautiful. All right, pile number 3. So this was your message. If you resonated with it, I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you feel like sharing your story, if you don't know what to say, you can just leave me an emoji or let me know that pile number 3 was your reading. Sending you guys so much love. Thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Like and subscribe if you want to see more future readings. Sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.